Hello, this is Karyn Chabot. I'm the founder and owner of Sacred Stone, a center for holistic education and healing based on ancient Ayurvedic principles that teach us how to live in harmony with nature. 5 years ago, I pioneered a technique called Sacred Stone Therapy, which integrates the science of Ayurveda and stone healing. Over 5,000 years ago in India, stone massage was done with warm oil, much like you will see in this video.
So, welcome to Sacred Stone, the classroom demonstration. This is Michelle, my assistant. And before you begin a Sacred Stone treatment, it's always good to take your shoes off to feel really connected to the earth. And I want to show you about my table here. I have 4 crystals at the corners. They're citrine, and I taped this one up. I glued the other one. Sometimes they fall off and you just have to re-glue them. And they're there to bring the energy inward toward the client, and they're there to protect the client as well. So what I'm going to do to begin the treatment is chant Hari Om. Hari Om is the very first thing I do to create a sacred space. So the first 5 or 7 minutes is the stone layout, the initial stone layout. And this guy is the grandpa stone, and he goes on the sacrum. Should be fairly thin. And I'll do the touch test with Michelle. Is this temperature okay? Mm-hmm. Is this still okay? Yeah. The sacrum, the back side of the body, represents the unconscious mind, and the front side of the body represents the conscious mind. The back side of the body is much more sensitive to heat, so especially the sacrum. You'll find 90% of the time you have to double dip your sacrum stone in the cold water over there. So if you lift your hips for me, I'm going to place the stone. Now can you see where I placed the stone? I placed it right under the sacrum here. Now is that comfortable? Mm-hmm. You never want to ask your client, is this too hot? Because then you're suggesting that it's too hot. You want to say, is this a comfortable temperature? So let's go with Grandma. Grandma's round and smooth. Is this temperature okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then I place it on the belly. Ideally, it should go right over the belly button, or you can move it down if a client wants the stone moved down or up. The client really is the boss, so they can move it where they want to, but it's nice that it's on the belly button if they have no preference. Second, actually this is the third stone layout. These are the hand rest stones. Did everybody see them? They're more spherical, a little bigger. And when you apply the hand rest stones, you pull the hands down so the shoulders come out of the ears, so they're not up here, they're not like this. The shoulders should be away from the ears, and then press the shoulder down. And this gives them a place to put their hands, because some people don't know where to put their hands. And then they'll cross them over their chest, close off the heart chakra that way. Or if they leave them straight down without any support, what happens is the shoulders come up. So if you look at this position, laying supine with your hands elevated, the shoulders come back onto the table. Or if they're straight arms, notice the shoulders want to come with you and will come back up. So when the wrists are elevated, the shoulders get to go back down to the table, or they're more inclined to go back down to the table. So what we did was work with the lower chakras right now. She's got the sacrum, the first chakra. She's got the second chakra, and the 2 hand rest stones are also in that orbit of the first and second chakra. So we want to work with the first chakras first, and moving up the chakra system. Let's work with the back side of the solar plexus and the heart chakra. And these are my erector spinae stones, and I'm going to do the touch test with her. Is this a comfortable temperature? Too hot? So I just dip them in the water, and one little dippity-do really does the trick. Is this okay? Can you do a half a sit-up? Can you see where they are? You don't want them to stick out, because if they stick out, then you can't massage this part of the body because the stones will be in the way. So it's really right on the back side of the solar plexus and the heart chakra, not up too high. And now let's work with the solar plexus. Let's apply a citrine. The terminated end, the point of the crystal, should be pointing downward, moving with the energy of the earth. They call in the Sanskrit language apanavayu. And so I'm going to just place that right on the solar plexus, under the blanket. And the solar plexus is right here, right where the belly is. And then I'm going to place a rose quartz on the heart and marma point. And that is not hot. Never place a hot stone on the heart and marma point. That's just room temperature. And moving on, I'm going to do shoulder and neck application. These stones just feel so nice. This is a lot of my clients just love this. This spot can take a lot of heat, so you don't have to usually dip these too much. How's that? When you apply these shoulder neck stones, you want to press down into the table and then under the neck, just to give the neck some support. And that brings me to this next point. The table should be cushioned. Your table should have an egg cushion. I'll show you what's underneath here. Well, actually, you can't really fully see it because I've got it tacked up, but there's an egg foam cushion. I think it's like $10 at Walmart or Bed and Bath. So we're still working with the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, blue lapis. It's a raw blue lapis. I apply it to the throat, and some people feel kind of funny about having a stone on their throat, so if they do, they feel suffocated. It's amazing. You can just take a tissue, a cotton tissue, and place it over the client's neck and then the blue lapis, and they feel less suffocated that way. And this really helps calm people, so even the chattiest patties just quiet. They stop talking, usually. And Michelle's not a chatty patty. This is the amethyst crystal. The terminated end, again, goes with the upanavayu, the flow downward toward her feet, the earth energy flow. To apply a quartz crystal or any crystal to the third eye, you want to hold it like this and touch the side of your hand to their crown chakra and then roll in toward the third eye. If you come into the third eye directly through the chakra, it's very disconcerting to the client. So now the last thing she needs is a sandbag, a 10-pound sandbag. And it's warmed up from the heater over there. I bought that heater at Home Depot, $39. Not a bad deal. And what this does is it brings the femurs into the hip socket. It really grounds the femurs into the hip socket. And it helps ground the client in general. And this whole therapy is designed to ground the client and work with the earth energy. How do you feel, Michelle? Good, okay. A wonderful way to begin in Ayurvedic tradition is to use a fresh lime or lemon on the soles of your client's feet. And even better, if you put a little salt on it. Salt with the lemon really encourages detoxification of the entire body. It draws toxins right out of the system. And it also helps clean the feet, purify everything. Good. And then I use castor oil on the feet. All my oil is warmed. Never want to apply cold oil to the body. Castor oil draws out impurities. It draws systemic inflammations out of the body, and it helps break up earth, calluses, corns, warts, dry skin, and it just feels so nice. And you notice I'm moving in the direction of the way the toes come out, the terminal ends they call it. These are the terminal ends. The hands are terminal ends, and the head are considered terminal ends. And I'm working primarily with the hands and the feet, so moving everything out the terminal ends is the name of the game. Grounding the person. Can I give you a stretch this way? I feel okay? Good. I like to rock side to side. This helps balance the right and left hemispheres of the brain.